Hello my gorgeous people, my name is Sasha Bonasin and I'm a psychic medium, and this is your monthly horoscope tarot card reading, and it's for you my gorgeous Leo, and it's for April 2021. So this monthly horoscope tarot card focus is for you my gorgeous Leone, and it's for April 2021. Do you know what? I would like to stress the fact that this month you are going to be able to identify the certain temptation, the certain illusion, and it's going to be around a certain person that is going to be really negative and quite with a really kind of negative and slightly dark energy indeed. So there are a couple of things that are going to become quite relevant at this moment in time. You will be able to identify the actual illusion or a temptation, but at the same time it's connected to some kind of scrutinizing person, and some kind of person that is going to become kind of it's going to become evident that this other person is connected to this. So you need to pay attention to how you feel. You need to pay attention to your own intuition, because it's the certain path. It's going to unfold itself right in front of you, but something is not going to seem right. Something is not going to feel right. You really need to use the power of your own intuition, because your intuition is most certainly not going to lead you astray. This is very important, my gorgeous Leonis, because on one hand you are going to kind of change your mind a little bit, but it's going to be good, because it's going to be beneficial for you, because you are about to redirect yourself and you will know what the right thing is to do. At the same time, it's really pretty much so about you recognizing what to do, but at the same time, by you recognizing what is the right thing to do, this is going to be an absolute massive enormous giant step into the unknown at the same time. So it's to do with things that you're uncertain about, but then again at the same time you're going to feel that push to go towards the particular direction, to go towards that particular direction. So what is going to happen? It's not only about you recognizing this, what is the right thing to do, but at the same time it's almost at the end of the actual month, at the very end of the month, you are going to have quite a significant mind-blowing opportunity that is going to become presented right in front of you. So this is going to be only the beginning of it, but most certainly it's going to be quite a life-changing moment that you're actually going to have, because it's to do with you waiting. It's to do with uncertainty, but at the same time it's to do with really reaching a very important stage in your life. You're gonna find yourself being pretty much so very grounded this month, and you are gonna kind of make quite few decisions, and you're gonna surprise yourself oh my god, where is that self-esteem or a confidence suddenly coming from? And this is the balance that I'm talking about, because it's all about you going through quite a lot this month, but at the same time you will be able to actually do something very significant when it comes to identifying change. What change I'm talking about, you will see. What change I'm talking about, you will completely understand by the end of the actual April 2021, because now this is just basically going to be the beginning of the situation where you're going to realize things way beyond what you realized before. But this is pretty much so to do with you. It's pretty much so to do with what you do on daily basis. It depends whether you're working or whether you're retired or whether you're looking for work. It really depends. This is all to do with the next step, but at the same time just remember what am I saying about identifying change. This is probably the most important thing that I'm talking about. It is not about the illusion and temptation that I've mentioned at the start of this reading, but this is a different situation that I'm talking about you identifying the change. And once you identify that change, the negative energy is slowly going to start shifting, because where you were stuck, my gorgeous Leone, now you're going to start moving on towards the right direction. On another hand, it's a lot to do with your turning point, and also I can just explain it really nicely like this. Like, for example, because your number is 807, okay, 807, it's your number when it comes to numerology. Do you know what? Like, how can I explain this? It's not only about you reaching an important stage, you know, it's like you're climbing the stairs, climbing the steps, you know, and now there are 100 steps, now you are on the step number 97, for example. So it's only like a little bit longer to go. On another hand, 807 in numerology, when it comes to April and when it comes to you, my gorgeous Leonis, it means that you are about to actually, where you thought that you had a bad luck, where you thought that you had a negative luck, where you thought that your luck was like, oh God, you know, no baby, no, you know, now this is about to have a nice flip-flop moment. I'm talking about the spiritual flip-flop. So where you thought that you had a bad luck, that you had a negative luck, when it comes to so many different aspects of your life, you know, this is going to have a nice flip-flop moment. So this is the turning point that I'm talking about, because it's going to be deeply connected to the certain stage and part of your life where you thought that you had a bad luck in particular. And I am talking about the last 24 months. You know, this is not only like, oh yeah, I had a bad luck in the last month. I'm not saying that you had a bad luck, don't get me wrong, but the specific situation and part of your life that was making you feel negative, or maybe you didn't feel like you had enough luck when it comes to it, now this is about turn upside down in the best possible way. I mean to say this. So this is 807 like really screaming at me right now when it comes to the actual numerology, my gorgeous Leonis, indeed. But on another hand, you know, it's just about the actual also, you know, this month is going to bring you growth. This month is going to bring you like a progress from the hard work. At the same time, it's about the actual financial situation start feeling much better. But then at the same time, it's all about reorganizing things a little bit. You are going to need to reorganize things a little bit. And the time when you're going to need to reorganize things a little bit, it's going to be the most kind of like a significant, in particular, when you realize that the results of efforts are nearly due, of important efforts, of things that you have been thinking about, things that you have been paying attention to, things that you have been like using your focus towards, you know, things that you were trying to manifest. You know, this is just part of the really big, massive, enormous picture, which is telling me at the same time that you are gonna achieve quite a lot this month, as long as you put your mind to it. Pay attention, my gorgeous Leonis. I'm not saying you're not paying attention, please don't get me wrong. Sometimes people get offended so easily nowadays, so I'm like, oh God, you know. No, but it's true, like, it's just like basically what, pay attention to. I wanted to stress this because I want to grab your attention. Like, for example, this is the month that you really need to kind of like really make that step, you know, do what was really on the back of your mind for a while, do what is making you feel negative, what is making you feel bad. Like, for example, if you wanted to look for work, just go for it. If you wanted to focus on a certain aspect of your life, go for it. Anything that is making you feel negative about yourself, about your past, about your journey, but you still want to do it, you still know that something is just pushing you towards it, you know, do it. So this is something that I need you to understand. And also, on another hand, you know what? Let me tell you this is very important. You're also going to have a rather important, successful dealing. Just remember, now this covers the whole thing again. You are going to have a very powerful, very significant, very strong, very beautiful and successful dealing this month. And it's going to happen at some point in April. When you have this successful dealing, you know, if you're aware of it, that's fantastic. If you're not aware of it, that's also fantastic, because it's going to be quite successful. But you need to understand that at the same time, if you are aware of the certain dealings, you know, communication, that you need to talk with somebody else, you know, it's really nice to also know that your lucky, when that takes place, your lucky number is going to be number 7. So you can basically just kind of like maybe write number 7 on a little bit of paper when you go for that meeting or whatever it's going to be, you know, or maybe you can just like kind of like have a little pendant with number 7 on, you know, and maybe even write number 7 on your skin. You know, I know it sounds crazy, but it's just connecting to this energy of number 7. Then it increases your vibration even more. So therefore, you are like kind of projecting your own energy, you know, even further in an even way more powerful way. And also on another hand, it just brings you a good luck. Also, what you need to understand that if these are going to be rather successful dealings that you're going to have, and also in order to use this energy, just remember, I keep on saying, but it's true. So anything that you want to discuss, anything that you want to do, anything that you want to work on, problems, if you're unemployed, go for it. If you want to kind of like express yourself, expand yourself in a certain ways, most certainly go for it, because it's telling you this energy, and it's a very unique and it's a very powerful vibration that you're going to benefit from, which is going to return once again into your life, my gorgeous Leonis, in actual August 2021. So in August 2021, yet again, you are going to have this wonderful opportunity where you can get hold of this energy and just make your own path much brighter, because you're able to connect in such a powerful way. And it's not only that, but it's about the energy, it's about the balance that I'm talking about, and it's about doing things that we love and doing things that we like. The more we do that throughout the month, the more you do it, the more you're gonna get out of it, my gorgeous Leonis. This is important. My God, this is a really big month for you. On another hand, you are gonna have, now it's to do with what you've been waiting for, my gorgeous Leonis, and this is very much so. You're going to become aware of the actual invitation or opportunity, you are going to become aware of it, and you just need to understand that you need to have a certain approach around it, and do not rush into anything whatsoever. One step at a time. It's coming, it's going to be remarkable, and it's about to change your life, because it's slowly and gradually. So it means it's to do with your own advancement, and also it's very attractive. It's going to be very attractive for you, this to you indeed. And also on another hand, I can see a bit of a challenging situation here, so that's why you just kind of have to understand, you need to have a patience, and one step at a time, one step at a time, one step at a time. On another hand, you're going to become aware also of the very important opportunities coming. Okay, my gorgeous Leonis, very important opportunities coming. On another hand, you are going to be facing a little obstacle here, because I can see somebody that you need to be a little bit careful about. It's to do with somebody who's maybe a little bit greedy, somebody who's a little bit kind of negative, somebody who's very ungenerous person, somebody who's not a really nice person, somebody who's having lots of problems within themselves, and then they're projecting this quite a lot on other people. So you just need to be careful, about this particular person around you, because there is somebody here, and that person is going to arrive into your life at a time when you're facing an obstacle, and the obstacle that you're going to be facing will be connected to the actual starting, the beginning of something, but at the same time, it's like very much so, it's to do with the beginning of a very meaningful experience that you're going to have. At the same time, this is going to open your eyes. So it's the experience that you will have this month, which is most certainly going to open your eyes. And that in itself, it's going to get you thinking, it's going to get you going about starting something, the beginning, the creation, creativity, all these things together. And that is going to open your eyes. And that is going to create an obstacle, because it's going to be connected to a certain person that you need to be kind of aware of. It's like, it's just a little bit of negativity, somebody who's like a little bit of like a snaky, so you just need to be careful of that person, because maybe, that person is going to be around you, and I don't like this, because it's just like a basically not somebody really happy, somebody quite negative. But as soon as you recognize this, as soon as you realize this, it is going to give you an important chance to move on, but most importantly, to protect yourself. Somebody's probably going to be around you claiming who they are, claiming that they are somebody that they are not, and this is something that you need to become aware of, because it's just going to be quite beneficial for you later on, because it's just going to kind of make you adjust your way of thinking, and ultimately this is going to be quite beneficial for you, because this is going to make you adjust other parts and other things in your life, most certainly when it comes to the actual direction. It's going to lead towards you protecting yourself from that person, but then at the same time it's just also going to provide you with the actual pathway that you weren't be provided, that you wouldn't be provided normally with, you see. So this is why this is so important. On another hand, it's just basically this is the time, you know, April is going to be the time, my gorgeous Leonis, when you're going to really realize that this is the time to head in a new direction. And most certainly, if I can say that any other time you had clarity, yeah, that's absolutely fine. But this April, it's going to bring you the biggest clarity on your life that you had in a long time, and it's purely to do with your own purpose. It's important because that in itself is going to raise certain questions, and you will want like badly to go on the next stage, the next step. And this is what I'm talking about, because you will be really wondering, oh, what to do, you know, and things like that. And in your heart, you most certainly, you will know what to do. Okay. You need to remember, my gorgeous Leonis, that for absolutely everything that you're doing this month, you need to trust your intuition and follow your heart, you know, because you will witness very, very unusual and very strange and very bizarre things throughout the month. And all these bizarre things that you're going to witness, they're not going to have nothing to do with you. They're not going to have nothing to do with your personal situation or anything like that. But you're just going to think like, oh my God, it's going to get you thinking, you know. And these are very, very unusual things, you know. It's on a larger scale things and things like that, nothing to do with you necessarily, but it's just on another hand, you know, going to really kind of like help you to see things for what they are. And at the same time, it's just more important than ever to just for you to understand, to keep on following your heart whatsoever, follow your own intuition, because it's not going to lead you astray. In fact, something is going to be proven to you by the end of the month when it comes to your own intuition, something that you were thinking about, something that you were completely certain about. Maybe lots of people thought, oh no, what are you talking about? But then again, most certainly you're going to be able to prove your point. On another hand, my gorgeous Leonis, when it comes to the actual health, you just need to understand that, you know, this month you need to pay attention to the actual stomach, you know, quiet insensitivity, sensitive stomach, sensitive digestion. And so I would highly suggest you, and also at the same time I can see that you're going to be tired a little bit, so I'm highly suggesting you to take something like a natural vitamin B complex every single morning. And that natural B vitamin complex, if you take like a first thing in the morning, it's really going to be beneficial when it comes to your own energy. It's going to re-energize you for the tiredness, and on another hand, it's going to be rather beneficial for your entire digestive system. You just need to make sure that the B vitamin complex that you're taking, B12 within this complex needs to be natural, and folic acid needs to be folate rather than folic acid, because folic acid is a chemical version of folate. So you want natural. Okay. On another hand, I know that you're gonna still have like a little bit of like a lower back pain, so I would just highly also just suggest you to kind of like exercise as much as you can, maybe swim if you're able to swim, maybe. And also it would be quite great to, maybe if you're able to use sauna like about 2 or 3 times a week, it would be fantastic, because it's going to help you to get rid of the toxins at the same time. On another hand, what else I was going to say, make sure that you're still taking organic acerola cherry powder, 1 glass of water, 1 teaspoon, alongside natural vitamin D and alongside natural zinc. And this is going to be a fantastic combination for you in order to boost your immune system. If you're on any other medications, if you're pregnant or if you're breastfeeding, you just need to check with your doctor, or you just need to check with your GP. On your doctor or GP can tell you whether this can interact with your existing medications or not. So now, my gorgeous Leonis, the 4th of April is going to be the first date that I would like you to pay attention to. Before I go there, I would highly suggest you to get something like a period. Look at this, absolutely gorgeous, beautiful. It's also called fool's gold. This is a beautiful little specimen, and it's extra high quality indeed, absolutely beautiful. This is a very powerful crystal which is going to help you to shield your energy, to protect yourself against all sorts of negative energy and vibrations. And at the same time, it's going to be very brilliant when it comes to your intellect, when it comes to your intelligence. It's also brilliant when it comes to actually it enhances your memory, it enhances your way of thinking, it gives you the courage, it gives you the power, it helps you to express yourself. yourself. It's absolutely fantastic. It's a brilliant crystal when it comes to the actual mental and spiritual stability. It's absolutely fantastic. So this is something I would highly suggest you to have around you throughout April and May, because it's going to help you a lot when it comes to your personal balance, when it comes to the spiritual growth, learning a lot around, on your spiritual journey, but at the same time making the most of it. Okay, if you would like to buy this, the link is in the description below. By buying things from my channel, you're also supporting my channel indeed. I have to say that. Okay, so now the very first date, my gorgeous Leonis, is going to be on the 4th of April. Now, do you know what? On the 4th of April, it's going to bring you a very unusual day, actually. It's going to bring you a very unusual moment. So you just need to kind of, you need to become aware of this. In fact, in between the 1st and the 4th of April, this is the time when you're going to become aware of somebody's dishonesty. And this is going to be really brilliant for you indeed, because it's going to help you to make one of the most important decisions of your life, really. On another hand, it's really kind of like a fantastic, because at the same time it's about to bring you the 4th of April in particular, so it's between 1st and 4th. But then on the 4th of April, I really like it, because this is when an amazing moment is slowly going to start happening to you. It's about the hope, it's about the faith, it's about the inspiration. There is a very important bright prospect that is slowly going to beautifully slide into your life. And you know what? This bright prospect is important because it has so many elements from your past, so many elements, not necessarily like a childhood, but so many elements from your past, which also means that you were thinking about this for a while, and now there is a very important chance and opportunity about to slide into your life. So this is important because it's connected to mixing of the past and present, and it's also most certainly going to be very optimistic time for you. And also, almost immediately you are gonna become awake to the hidden dangers. I know that I'm like, oh my God, like I'm like a dark Lala throughout this month. There is so much that you're gonna become aware of, but this is the world. What can I do? What can I say? It is the truth that, by identifying negative people or negative situations in your life, by identifying the situation that, by becoming awake, to unknown dangers, of course, that at the same time you're protecting yourself like there is no tomorrow. But that is going to become super beneficial for you, because something is going to happen here, something is going to take place. You're going to have a remarkable beginning out of the situation. And by the time we get to the 18th of October, 18th, 19th and 20th, you look, I jumped on October. By the time we get to the 18th of October 2021, you will see the direct result of everything that was happening right now. So you've got like quite a few months to play with, but you are about to plant a seed right here without even necessarily realizing. You just have to pay attention to, you just have to follow your path. You just have to do things that you feel that they're right. You need to do things that make sense to you. Okay, the second important date, my gorgeous Leonis, it's going to be on the 13th of April. Now this is a big mama. This is a big mama because purely the 13th of April, it's also very strong and a powerful number. It's about your own transition, it's about your own rebirth, it's about the change that is slowly about to come into your life. And I really like it. It's about your own personal transformation. You will see something, and what you're gonna see, what are you gonna come across, is going to give you an amazing, rather mind-blowing idea. Okay, so it's all about a brilliant idea that are going to most certainly need a little bit of a refinement indeed. So it's nothing to rush with, but at the same time, you are going to overcome an obstacle, an important obstacle here. And all you need to do is remain objective and at the same time communicate as much as you can. In fact, in between the 13th of April and at the end of that month, this is your time to talk. This is your time to express yourself. This is the time to communicate. This is the time to put your foot down. This is the time to ground yourself. This is the time to communicate as much as you possibly can, okay? On another hand, you know, the 13th of April, it's all, you're going to become aware of the certain material gain, and I really like this because that in itself is going to be remarkable when it comes to your personal security, safety, and also there will be a rather significant family matters, my lord, and this in between the 13th and the end of that month. You need to sort this out because it's somebody like quite important to you, and maybe something just happened lately, maybe something didn't work out, maybe somebody was going through lots of negative things in their lives, and they just kind of like bah, they had they took it out on you, for example. So it could have been some kind of argument or some kind of negativity in between you and somebody else, and this person is very close to you, very important to you, and it's just all about you kind of like a stepping into it and working with it. You know, it's important to understand that this family matter that you have is going to need your assistance. It's really going to need to come from you, and even if maybe if you're like arguing with someone, or you know, even if you're arguing with someone quite a lot and you can't really come to an end with this argument, you know, as long as you're aware of that, and as long as you can do possibly anything to just kind of put an end to that, would be absolutely fantastic. Even if somebody wants to prove their point to you all the time, and you're like, yeah, okay, you're right, you know, it really depends. Sometimes people are going through different spiritual journey to us, and then it all depends the way we reflect on everything else in our lives at the same time, because it depends what's going on in our spiritual journey and karma and things like that. So on another hand, you know, you are gonna really have a kind of moment like, oh my god, and also that moment that you're gonna have, it's just going to kind of really show you the way. You will understand the certain reward that you will want to that you will get by doing something that is on your mind. And this is about that brilliant idea that I said that you're gonna have, but you must not jump into it like straight away. Slowly, one step at a time, baby. I'm just telling you that this is going to bring you a remarkable reward, and you will just know, almost if you're gonna have like, oh my god moment, like premonition, very powerful moment of premonition here indeed. The third important date, my gorgeous Leone, it's actually going to be on the 30th of April. Now, okay, I know I said the 13th of April is a big mama when it comes to the actual date, but this is big mama, but no, this is in between the 13th of April and the end of that month. So this is like quite significant time indeed, but now we are talking. It's all boiling down to the actual very last day of April 2021, but then again, the very last day of April 2021, it's going to have remarkable remarkable connection with the rest of May. Okay, so now on the 30th of April, you're actually going to have very, very important news here, very powerful news, and that news is at the same time going to show you the way, because you will know almost immediately where you should be investing things in, where you should be investing your time in, what you should be doing, where you should be focusing. You know, it is going to be very strong sense of achievement that you're going to have that you didn't have for a while. I'm not saying that you didn't feel your own achievement, but the balance is going to be absolutely mind-blowing, and where you need to be really cocky about yourself in a good way, you know, when it comes to your own achievement, this is most certainly going to be highlighted, you know, because at the same time it's going to help you to grow the wings of an angel, you know, and that in itself is going to help you to fly. So it's important, you know, to understand this. So it's all about the actual important news that you're going to have when it comes to the actual investment, but then at the same time, you know, you need to understand that you must not rush into any decisions. This is important. You know, if you feel rushed, then just take a few days, you know, but don't rush into any decisions, because exactly 4 to 5 to 6 to 7, in between 4 and 7 days later on, exactly in between 4 and 7 days later on, there is something else going to come up, and it's going to help you to change your mind, not completely, not from this investment, but there are other elements that are going to become evident that is going to kind of like also going to be playing an important important role, because spiritually you're going to be quite growing quite a lot. You're going to come across quite a lot of like unusual and bizarre things in general in between April and August 2021. So this is when things are going to become rather interesting, you know. There is a certain conflicting influence that you're going to become aware of at the same time, and this is going to be for the first time, and it's going to get you thinking. But on another hand, all you need to remember on the 30th of April, just offer as much as you possibly can offer your energy towards the specific things, towards the specific goals in your life. The more you do it, the more you're gonna create, the more you're gonna manifest, the more you're gonna invite into your life, because it's almost like a magnetic energy that I'm talking about. The more you do things that you love, the more you focus on it, the more magnetic you're gonna become, the more you're gonna grow, the more you're gonna attract into your life at the same time. So that's why I'm saying this is what you should be doing from the 30th of April until the 7th of May 2021. Just try to kind of focus your energy towards the specific parts and areas of your life that you want to grow, that you want to achieve, that you want to enhance, you know. And by the time you get to the 7th, you will see that your mind is going to change a little bit, in a sense of like bringing more into your life. And what this is going to be, it depends on your spiritual journey, my gorgeous Leonis. Indeed, it's all about what I said, identifying change. And once you identify that change, almost immediately the new portal is about to open for you, my gorgeous Leonis. Indeed. Another thing I was going to recommend to you would be this gorgeous carnelian. It's absolutely fantastic, because you know you're going to be dealing with quite a lot. You're going to find yourself in an unusual waters this month, which means that you're going to kind of like need to be surrounded by the people that you may not be surrounded with, but you will know that this is the part of what you need to do. And I think that you're going to need a little bit of courage, you know, in particular when it comes to April and May 2021. This is a brilliant crystal when it comes to the energy. It's brilliant crystal when it comes to the actual courage. It will restore vitality and motivation, and it also promotes positive life changes, but at the same time it's going to bring you good luck as well. So every single time, my gorgeous Leonis, you need that little bit of courage or self-esteem. I know you're brilliant when it comes to courage. I know when you're brilliant when it comes to self-esteem, generally, normally, but I'm saying that there are going to be the specific situations that are going to be connected to the specific groups of people that you're going to need to deal with, because this is going to be the process that you're going to need to go through. But then at the same time, this is going to bring you courage, and it's also kind of going to help you to express yourself at the same time. This gorgeous carnelian, I would suggest you to have with you throughout April and May 2021. And if you would like to buy this, the link is in the description below. By buying things from my channel, you're also supporting my channel, my gorgeous Leonis, as well. Okay, so now really strong and powerful insight you're going to have. So it's going to be either through meditation, either when you're grounding yourself, either when you're outside in the forest, maybe looking at the beautiful sunshine, looking at the beautiful moon, looking at a beautiful tree. It really depends. This is going to come to you, but it's most certainly going to kind of like come through your meditation or any other way. But it's important to understand this, because you're going to be thinking about a certain, it's going to be connected to the vision that you're going to have, but you will be thinking about a certain decision, but you will understand that particular decision, you're going to need to allow yourself a little bit time. It's important. Just remember this. The mid part of April is going to bring a really beautiful new emotional experience, and I really like it, because that in itself is going to help you realize also at the same time, you know, first of all, you're going to have a beautiful new emotional experience, but at the same time you need to realize that this is going to be the time when your psychic abilities are going to be very, very strong. So therefore, the most powerful moment of the psychic abilities that you're going to have is going to be from mid-April until the end of that month, and that in itself is going to happen at around the time when you have this beautiful new emotional experience. So you are most certainly going to get some kind of information, and emotionally this is going to be so important to you, and it's going to mean to you so much at the same time. Did you hear that? Can you hear it? Midnight Know the sound from the pavement. No, now the third one, the third part of April, the last part of April, you know, is just amazing what is actually going to take place, you know. You're going to find yourself being rather nostalgic, but most importantly, there is going to be a very significant moment. Somebody from your past is going to come through. Somebody from your past is going to come forward, you know, and they are going to have a really powerful message for you, really significant message for you. It's not even going to seem as powerful as it's going to be, but at the same time, you know, it's going to kind of remind you of something. It's going to open your eyes, and also it's going to give you an idea. It's going to confirm something, sorry, it's going to confirm something very, very personal to you, my gorgeous Leone. And this is going to happen at the time when you want it and need it the most. Okay, so now I'm just going to see what is going to happen to those of you who are in relationship. You know, for those of you who are in relationship, my gorgeous Leonis, I can already take, you know, it's maybe you were trying to kind of like the tower. Yeah, you see. See, for those of you in relationship, you are going to have like a little tower. And the tower that you're going to have, you know, is just going to be all about maybe, you know, something is going to take place, and it's basically going to throw you up. Throw you up. It's going to throw you up. Sorry, it's not going to throw you up. It's going to throw you out of the balance a little bit. So maybe you will have a little mini misunderstanding or some kind of argument, but then at the same time you will know that this is connected to the part of your life that you had both disagreement with before, and this is going to return, and now you're gonna kind of need to react to it, and you're gonna need to sort this out. This is very important, but it's to do with a certain opportunity maybe that your partner didn't want, or it's more to do with something that you wanted. Sorry, this is more to do something that you want, something that your partner wanted. Sorry, this is more to do the situation, something that you wanted but your partner didn't agree with, and you wanted this badly, but your partner didn't agree with. Your partner didn't say necessarily no, but it's just they just prolonged this situation. They prolonged it, they prolonged it, they prolonged it. So this is what this maybe little misunderstanding it's actually going to be. But what is really important that this is going to come to an end, this misunderstanding, and I really like it because you're going to be thrown out of the balance a little bit, but at the same time this is going to show you clearly where the adjustment needs to be made. By the time you get to the last part of months, both of you are going to be very, very happy together, because this is actually going to be very beneficial for you. It's going to bring you closer together. You will know that it's the right time, the right thing to do. It's to do with a big change, you know, that you both wanted to make, and maybe you have put this on hold. So now this is actually going to lead towards you actually kind of focusing and paying attention to it and doing something about it before the end of the month. So there you go. Sometimes towers are actually quite good, you know. Sometimes the actual towers are good, because some people said that, oh yeah, tower is never good. You see, and I don't agree that a tower is never good. A tower card is never good in a tarot. You see, I don't agree with it whatsoever, because it really depends what's going on in our lives, and sometimes we just need that little bit of push, you know, in order to dig further. And once you start digging, you know, you never stop. So it's important. So now, my gorgeous Leonis, I'm going to see what is going to happen with those of you who are single and ready to mingy. Midnight, know the sound from the pavement. Has the moon lost her memory? She's smiling alone in the lamplight. The withered leaves collect at my feet, and the wind begins to moan. You see, someone very special, it's about to come into your life, my gorgeous Leone. Someone very significant, it's about to walk into your life. It is to do with things that you have been patient about, around the things that you have been patient about. So at the same time you have been waiting for something, at the same time you have been waiting for the certain response. You have been waiting for something completely different and non-related to the actual partner. So what you have been waiting for and what you're going to continue and start this month, this is this wonderful person who is about to start walking into your life slowly but surely. That person may not make themselves like a known this month necessarily, but what you're going to do, and the continuation that you're going to make, the step into that continuation, it's going to put you on the path already with somebody very special. So you've got a double whammy here. The continuation of an important part of your life is going to take place, and the actual person who is about to walk into your life at the same time, who is going to have a rather significant impact and influence, my gorgeous Leonis, indeed. Okay, my gorgeous Leos, thank you ever so much for watching my videos. I love every single one of you. I'm sending you brightest blessings, lots of love, healing, peace and light. So I'm sending you brightest blessings, lots of light, healing, peace and light to every single one of you. Thank you ever so much for watching my videos. Sasha Bonasin, Psychic Medium. Love you. Bye.